Hello everyone. So in this video we'll concentrate on finding the radius of curvature for the following equations. So we'll begin with the first one. So as we can see, we have an x and a y there. So I think the appropriate method to use is we use the implicit differentiation. So we'll start. So we'll say our question is x squared plus y squared is equals to 4. So we'll say we differentiate it. So we'll say that will be 2x plus 2y, and each time we differentiate a y, we'll say dy dx is equal to differentiating a constant, that's just 0. So making dy dx a subject, we'll have 2y dy dx dy dx will be equal to negative 2x. So dividing by 2y, that will cancel out, so we'll have dy dx being equal to, so we can divide that also the 2, we'll have negative x over y. So replacing our values of x and y, which is negative 1, 1. So we'll have our first derivative, will have negative, open brackets. So our x is negative 1 over 1. So we'll have, that will be negative 1, so that will be just 1. So that's our dy dx, our first that's our first prime. So we find the second prime, which is d squared y over dx, which is of negative x over y. So for us to find this one, I think we can now use the quotient rule, which is just vu prime minus uv prime over v squared. So this can be our u and this can be our v. So we'll say our v, which is y, open brackets, and then our u prime to be negative 1 minus our u, which is minus x, and then multiplied by our v prime, which is just 1 dy dx over our v, which is equal to y squared, which is equal to so by solving this, we'll have minus y, then that will be a positive, so plus x dy dx over y squared. But we know the value for dy dx, so we can replace that. So we'll say minus y plus x minus x over y, so over y squared. So this will give us minus y squared minus x squared over y squared. So if we have that, we can just rewrite it as minus y squared minus x squared over y, and then this is going to be multiplied by 1 over y squared, of which we're going to have, let's go back to the top. So we'll say, let's just draw that line. So we'll say minus y squared minus x squared over, that will be y power 3 now. So when we replace the values for our x and y, which is just negative 1 and 1. So for y it would be minus, then that's just the y squared minus 1 squared over 1 to the 3. So we'll have negative 1 minus 1 over 1. So that will be equal to minus 2 over 1, which is just minus 2. So we have the value for our second derivative. So we can just replace in the formula for the radius of curvature, which is equal to 1 plus y prime squared 3 over 2 over y double prime. So we'll say 1 plus the value for our first equation, it was 1 squared 3 over 2 over, then that will be negative 2, that's our y double prime, which is equal to so that would be a 2, that would be just a 2, and then 3 over 2 over minus 2. Writing it in radical format, we'll have root of 2 to the 3 over minus 2, and then which would be equal to 2 to the power 2 multiplied by 2 to the power 1 over negative 2 and then we'll have the radius of that, the power of that to be 4, then the square root of 4, it will be just a 2. So we'll have 2 root of 2 over minus 2. So we'll cancel out that. So we'll have our radius of curvature to be equal to negative root of 2. So that's for the first